The agony, unbearable, but I must preserve. I must yield my power cosmic in the most extraordinary act of trust ever seen on this world. And I hope that Godzilla can save us. Quote, Silver Surfer, Marvel's greatest heroes must fight Godzilla from across the eras. The battle of the century starts here. The start of 6 sensational action-packed issues with Marvel heroes battling the king of the monsters from its many different eras. How will Godzilla's lore mix with the mighty Marvel universe? Find out as history is twisted when icons like the Fantastic Four, Spider-Man, Hulk, X-Men, and Thor go face off against one of the greatest monsters of all time. This issue witnesses a threat never before seen as King Ghidorah descends upon the earth with the power cosmic as Galactus' newest herald. Can the Fantastic Four stop him from destroying New York along with the rest of the planet? It's a city-smashing spectacular as Godzilla, with the help of the Silver Surfer, join forces to stop the world from certain annihilation. A must for Marvel and Godzilla fans. Round 1 in a series of 6 one-shot throwdowns. Godzilla vs. Fantastic Four, Volume 1, Issue 1. This particular story begins in the 1960s at the top of the Baxter Building. The Fantastic Four are scrambling. Something terrible has happened. They have an idea of what they are coming up against. In the 1950s, when the creature attacked Tokyo, we came as quickly as we could so that the Fantastic Four might lend a hand. But the Fantastic Four arrived too late to even observe it, let alone stop it. Thankfully, the brilliant Dr. Daisuke Serizawa and the Oxygen Destroyer managed to defeat the deadly beast at the cost of his own life. I would have loved to have collaborated with a mind like his, but the defeated Godzilla was not as permanent as they had thought. Years have passed, and now the Fantastic Four are rushing to face Godzilla once more. The Thing says, Godzilla's got a Fantastic Four problem now, as Johnny Storm shouts, "Flame on!" Godzilla fires straight at the Statue of Liberty with his atomic fire breath, and the Fantastic Four leaps into action. The Thing makes the first strike, smashing down on the great monster head. Susan Storm, the Invisible Woman, unleashes a lethal torrent of force field blasts. Meanwhile, the Thing smashes grounds and pounds on top of Godzilla. Johnny Storm, also known as the Human Torch, bombards Godzilla with burning fireballs. Finally, there's Reed Richards, and he uses his stretchy powers to form a kaiju-sized fist, smashing Godzilla's face right under Liberty Island. The fist hits hard, sending Godzilla to the floor, but the Human Torch has figured out Godzilla is not done with New York City yet. Godzilla spins around and blasts the Fantastic Four with his atomic fire breath. Susan Storm saves her family in the nick of time by creating an impenetrable force field. With smoke and debris obscuring his vision, Godzilla turns away, believing his enemies have been reduced to ash. But the Fantastic Four are lucky to be alive, all thanks to Susan Storm, who gave everything she had. Reed Richards says, "We're all lucky to be alive. Normally, I recommend we recover and undergo treatment for our radiation exposure, but I'm afraid that we will have to wait. We're out of time, and Godzilla has reached New York. Thousands of lives will be in immediate danger." Realizing they're going to need something bigger than just the 4 of them, Reed comes up with a plan. He intends to take the entirety of New York's electrical grid, funnel it into the Baxter Building, and turn it into a giant electrical booby trap. Since Reed Richards believes this will mean certain death, he volunteers to do it alone, but his teammates aren't having it. There's a chance they can all walk out of this alive because, as always, they work together. The Fantastic Four race to the Baxter Building, where they would double time to implement Reed's plan. As Godzilla goes to New York City, he's attracted by the electricity of the Baxter Building. Godzilla screams as he gets a mouthful of electricity. Not even Godzilla can withstand so much electricity at once. The king of monsters crashes into what is likely a densely populated neighborhood, taking the Baxter Building down with him. Miraculously, the Fantastic Four has survived. Susan Storm had used her force field to brace them from the crash. As the Fantastic Four regains their footing, they notice signs that a Herald of Galactus is coming. Ben Grimm reminds us that this specific period in time, the last Herald was the Silver Surfer, and they had trapped him here on Earth. Johnny Storm, the Human Torch, says Galactus must have acquired a new Herald. Galactus has sent a new Herald, one infused with cosmic powers powers. As the skies burn in flames, Reed Richards says, then may God have mercy on all of us, because this new herald will have no mercy, and there will be no hope, for this new herald is King Ghidorah. It took everything the Fantastic Four had just to beat Godzilla, so what hope do they have against King Ghidorah wielding the power cosmic? Then the Silver Surfer, former Herald of Galactus, arrives. Silver Surfer says, you mortals cannot defeat King Ghidorah, and I cannot either. Like you, I sense the disturbance, and also like you, the Silver Surfer came to witness the coming of King Ghidorah. The Silver Surfer continues, my cosmic senses can scan the memories of this creature. It is an unspeakable, destructive force, a being of pure malice, relishing only in death and chaos. The Silver Surfer says the moment Galactus encounters King Ghidorah, the last one left on the planet after the creature itself destroyed its own world, was also the moment Galactus found a herald capable of taking Earth. This creature now has but one mission: to destroy we who defend this world, so that Galactus can then consume our planet unopposed. Sue Storm says, Surfer, perhaps by attacking with the power cosmic, you might defeat him. Silver Surfer interrupts, no, the unbridled power of this herald is leagues above my own. It would destroy me as easily as it will destroy you. But the Surfer does see a way to defeat King Ghidorah as he sees Godzilla in the background. The Surfer says, perhaps there is yet a salvation that might be snatched from these snapping maws of defeat if I were to share my cosmic power. The Thing thinks that he will be the one getting the cosmic power, but the Surfer says, no, you misunderstood. We are not the right people for this fight. We cannot take down King Ghidorah, but Godzilla might. The Silver Surfer is passing his power cosmic to Godzilla. The Surfer says, the agony is unbearable, but I must yield my power cosmic in the most extraordinary act of trust ever seen on this earth, and hope that Godzilla can save us. As the Silver Surfer falls through the air, the Thing catches him. Meanwhile, Godzilla gets up. We now have Cosmic Godzilla, the Silver Surfer's power cosmic energy added to his atomic might. Cosmic Godzilla is Earth's only hope against the Herald, King Ghidorah. As the battle begins, we see King Ghidorah lining up to face Godzilla. Cosmic Godzilla unleashes a point-blank blast at Herald Ghidorah, but Ghidorah is completely unfazed. The three-headed Herald of Galactus blasts Cosmic Godzilla down. Godzilla is losing, and the Fantastic Four want to join the fight. The Thing screams, come on, it's clobbering time. And the Human Torch says, flame on, as he flies right past Godzilla, shooting fire at King Ghidorah. Godzilla's energy is recharging up. Once Godzilla was their enemy, but now Godzilla is their only hope. Godzilla shoots out an atomic flame that hits King Ghidorah from above, while the Human Torch Nova blasts King Ghidorah from below. At the same time, Reed Richards slingshots the Thing through the air. Like a fastball, the Thing hits one of the three heads of King Ghidorah. Godzilla sees an opening to buy some time and tackles King Ghidorah to the floor. The Fantastic Four regroup. Reed Richards points out they're making this fight in New York a complete destruction is imminent. Susan proposes using her powers to turn Godzilla invisible, but King Ghidorah's power cosmic would see through such a deception. That's when the team notices King Ghidorah can still be distracted. Susan thinks about her experiment to turn invisible. She used her powers to bend light, but if you can bend light, you can do more than just make something disappear. Cosmic Godzilla lifts Ghidorah up, biting one of his necks in the process. A Kaiju-sized hologram of the Thing materializes. It distracts the Herald of Galactus just long enough for Cosmic Godzilla to power up. Behind King Ghidorah, Godzilla blends his heat ray and power cosmic together, forging a weapon with power strong enough to kill the gods. And in one terrible moment, Godzilla unleashes it all at his three-headed foe, the Cosmic Godzilla. With power enough to unleash a god-killing energy beam, pulls off a Herculean feat by knocking the power cosmic out of King Ghidorah, freeing him from Galactus's control. Reed Richards log, we are in a state of rebuilding. Godzilla managed to knock the power cosmic out of King Ghidorah, freeing the three-headed creature from Galactus's control. It then returned to space, voyaging back to its world to follow some agenda of its own. It is as yet impossible to say. For its part, Godzilla returned to the ocean and perhaps unexpectedly surrendered the power cosmic back to the Silver Surfer. Reed Richards then says, I can, however, draw conclusions from known data. We know Galactus is still out there somewhere, and we know he has designs on devouring this world. His herald failed, so we must presume we've at least bought ourselves some time before he returns again. But as we've learned, it may take a monster to stop a monster. A Godzilla versus Galactus battle now seems inevitable. And if it is, can any of us hope to survive it? Next, round 2 in Godzilla versus Hulk, issue 1.